Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Fall League Candy Coded Carnage. We are here on week 4, Game 2, here on Speed Gaming. I'm your host, DarkManiac, joined in the booth by Lord Fizzlebeast and Professor Renderer. Lord Fizzlebeast, how you doing this evening?
Doing okay. I'm sitting here, I got my bubbly. I'm ready to watch some entrance floor shuffle and some nonsense.
It's gonna be some nonsense, that's for sure. Renderer, how you doing over there, good sir?
I'm doing fine. Not only we're gonna watch some entrance floor, but also some shard hunt because that was something I didn't even realize until I went through my game. As soon as I opened the seat, like, oh wait, shard hunt. Oh no.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Of the four of us who made these various flag sets for the Fall League, this one was created by Luffy DV. He based this one on the summer co-op flags and then put a few different extra special twists in there. And one of those twists to make this a manageable flag set for a single player instead of co-op wise was to turn on shards, which honestly, that really speeds up the game immensely.
No wonder why this looked like a co-op siege.
Yep. So, Fizz, I know you played in co-op. I know you've been practicing these. And honestly, your team has a better shot of getting into the top 4 for Fall League than my team does. What are you looking for in today's seed? What are you hoping to see? What are you hoping your teammate Daniel's gonna run into?
So, we see the big question mark of the seed in this party select screen. I see 3 people with a thief. I see 1 person without a thief. With thief lock picking and a key that could be anywhere, but also a thief. No, I think a thief is available for pickup.
Yes.
Potentially.
Yeah, Chad has one.
So there's all kinds of things will hinge on whether or not we can find a key immediately, because if we can't, Saracen is at a major disadvantage from the other 3 here. If a key is available in a timely manner, Saracen has a huge leg up in the early game by virtue of having 2 black magic casters and something that functions in endgame melee.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's the high risk, high reward strategy.
I don't hate it. I know when we were doing these flags as co-op, like, my meta on these was to go thief, white, black, and just expect that I'm just going to find my black belt or whatever and get a carry that's going to take me through. Even though, honestly, with the fixes on, thief is amazing in flags. Like, they're great anyway. But the lock picking is too good to pass up. When I did this on Tuesday, I took thief, black belt, red mage, because I somehow got talked into doing that by my team. It worked fine. I ended up with 2 black belts, and that was just overkill for the final dungeon. I mean, it was glorious, but it was overkill. But no, of all the things, Thief feels like the required part of this meta, and I worry for Saracen, definitely.
Tarnan and I argued for the better part of an hour about this, and we eventually settled on, okay, fine, you take your thief. I'm going to take fighter red-black. I'll see you in Topher.
Alright, let's go.
We're gonna...
1. Life 1 in level 1. There's Bane in Ice, and then Bane and Ice 2 in level 1.
I actually
Bane
don't
and
hate
Ice
this.
2 is not bad.
Yeah.
The promo life is a bit awkward.
That's where that white mage I was talking about comes in. But no, ice shields +5 in here. Ooh, that's something I would mark down for later, especially at only $2 grand. Although Saracen's not going to get any benefit from that unless he finds a fighter later. So, yeah, everyone who has a thief, keep an eye on those ice shields. They may be back to buy those later. Yeah.
I was gonna say though, Darkmoon. It's funny because I used that same composition, but I took a fighter because I was thinking, oh wait, I could probably get some healing. Nope, that didn't work. So, all right, I'm gonna make that a triple melee setup.
And it looks like we have an insta-chime in the Dwarf Cave in Canaria Castle. Chime is one of those things where, like, it's useful in everything loose because we have, because we still might have to go into Mirage Tower at some point, so any key item that actually unlocks a door is great, whereas any key item that, like, unlocks a fetch is kind of meh. So, I like the
Yeah,
chime.
the fetches are a little annoying just because you never know if you're going to need them. I think, Fizzle, you were in the Tuesday match with me, weren't you?
I was not.
Oh, okay. Was it Demon Frog who ran from your team?
I think it was Jay Scheidel.
It was Jay Shaw. Everything's a blur. It's been
I know.
4 weeks of this, and it's just a blur. Oh,
Right?
no predictable schedule. No, what I was gonna say is, I think like for that race, we all ended up with like 6 or 8 key items, and I think I turned in 1. Oh, that's just oops all loose. Especially with shards, and the fact that even bosses aren't necessarily needed. Although that's a lich floor right there. Like you just don't know what's even going to be needed anymore.
So I see an easy lich access at Topher. Unfortunately, with the spells we've got, we just don't have a way through that fight just yet.
Yeah, you want a level 1 or level 2 nuke or fire something.
I mean, you could take a... I think Chad is going to try and Hail Mary 3 and 256 with Bane.
I didn't even think that... I guess that will work. Technically, it's Quad X that would be blocked, but yeah, the Bane...
Right.
Bane could work.
I mean, this is my Zelda 3 rando league teammate as well. I'm pretty sure he could do this just fine.
I mean, it's possible. What? Okay, I can't tell the sprites. Is that a thief behind? I think.
Could not tell.
Yeah. The problem with using off-brand sprites is I'm looking at it going, what is this? Okay, we'll get a good view of it from Rock Solid when they go up and check it because it looks like they're going to Hail Mary as well. Adamant here on Sky 2. Wherever Sky 2 is. Looks like Dwarf Cave.
Plus bottle.
Oh, and a bottle. Okay, so yeah, then that's the, this is why I call this kind of flag set item confetti. Is because all the items are thrown in the air and just kind of land wherever. But the way the meta works, it all just kind of drops early. Like, or in a couple of key locations the game expects you to go to. So...
Yeah, it seems to clump. Like, you find a... If you find a box-dense location, there's pretty good odds you're going to find 3, 4, 5 key items in there.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get that one that has TNT, Adamant, Canoe, and a loot all together. And you're like, well, where were you the whole time? I was like, oh, look, Lab as well, see?
Yeah.
Honestly, that Great Axe +4 for anyone that has a fighter isn't going to be a bad early game weapon. Like, any mid-range weapon is actually great when you get some bonuses on it.
Yeah, some of these weapons you ordinarily just kind of leave to the side. If they roll, like, +3, +4, I would look at them until I got something actually endgame worthy. It'll be better than buying a silver sword at the store if it's just vanilla.
So, Gurmaduces have stun touch and a lot of hits. And I don't think anyone's going to want to fight them. And unfortunately, 8 had that. He got those 3 key items, so you have to go and get them again. Ouch.
During my scouting, I did see a herb that was in the big Cardia chest area where there's Bahamut in the Bahamut.
Oh, the Bahamut Treasury?
Yep.
Dragon Horde, I believe is what it's called.
Dragon Horde, that's what it's called, yeah.
So, I don't know about anyone else, but... Like, Waterfall's bad enough, but Reverse Waterfall just messes with my brain.
Oh, we had it so many times in practice that I'm just used to it by now.
Like, I can do it. I can do it better than some. Some of them, like, I'll walk onto Reverse Earth floor, and I'm like, am I on Earth 2? Where am I?
So Saracen has bounced out of the waterfall floor, which was at Dwarf Cave. Didn't make it past the tile, doesn't want to go back. Has moved on. I'm dying to know what's back there, if anything.
Robot? Well, even the robot's not guaranteed to have anything.
Right.
But, yeah, the Gray Shark, regular shark tile that was there is scary because of how bad the Gray Sharks were hitting. Flip side, if you can get to that fairly readily, that wouldn't be a bad one to take some mid-game level.
Right. In a situation like this, the waterfall is too tempting because the robot's unincentivized, but it could still be holding something like a shard or something. But there's an awful lot of boxes standing behind that robot that I really don't want to leave alone.
There's something on the order of 200 chests in the game, and there are 21 key items, all of them just scattered willy-nilly. So there's a good chance, like 1 in 10, 1 in 12, that every single NPC you talk to that can have an item is going to have something. Like, those aren't great odds. Yeah, you can skip it, but the more you skip, the more you're sitting there going, that's not great odds. Yeah.
I will say this, Rock Solid is actually approaching that herb.
Once we find a floor with a box on it.
And man, most of these guys are still low level. At a certain point, I know we're only 7 minutes in, but you feel like, you're in a seed like this, and you've got crap magic, and you don't know when good magic is going to be showing up, because Luffy's a jerk and scattered to all the towns everywhere. There's a part of me that's just sitting there going, maybe I just go over Provoca area. Oh, floater.
Hey, floater.
Floater. Go over Provoca area or something, and maybe just try and grab a couple quick, iguana levels or something. Get myself to level 5 or 6.
I look at this at a different angle. We've got Ice 2, and if we can find anything that's any kind of Southern Hemisphere floor, like an Earth floor, a Fire floor, and just spray some of the trash in there with Ice 2 to get some okay levels at start.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than take over world fights at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, anything that's going to... That was quite the cojones play right there, trying to take on a bubble. But, yeah.
If I recall the stats that it's based on, I believe that Bahamut is sitting on 200 MDef, so Bane is in the 3 and 256 territory, unfortunately.
And while they equate it to a TL1, it doesn't have the weaknesses of a TL1.
Right.
Yeah.
The way I saw it, it was like half a Warmac.
Yeah, essentially. Essentially, it's a mini-mech. I shall call him a mini-mech.
Yes. I appreciate the reference.
Thank you.
Question in chat. Shard hunt for 240 shards when? Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work because 7 of those boxes are in Topher, so we can only implement shard hunt for 234 shards.
Yeah, something on that order. Acceptable. And the more chests you see that don't have anything in there, the more your odds are that something is going to be in one of the other ones. It's like if we're talking like Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise, every chest you don't open is the one that has the crystal sword in it. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. And really, the key items themselves don't necessarily matter depending upon what's going on. Especially once you get a canoe and then you have the floater already and you don't have to care about anything else. Because, beef and a prayer.
Spells that correcting me in chat that Bahamut's MDef is only 160, so it is baneable. It's just kind of low odds. It's sub 20%. It's like 15 somewhere in there.
That's close to a TL1, isn't it? I think Bane is 18 and Brack is 25?
It's the same math as TL1 because numbers.
Yeah. Math, numbers.
Yeah.
That's professional comms right there.
So, question in chat. Don't Fiends carry 4466? Not quite. It's 2244. So if we find and kill Lich and carry, we get 2 shards apiece. And if we find and kill the Kraken and Tia, that's 4 shards apiece. Yeah, and that's something that probably most of them, anyone who's taking notes is doing, is when they find a Fiend floor, they're marking down their notes where that Fiend floor is, so that they can do math in their head at the end. Here's how many Fiends I found. Here's what I need to kill now, instead of going and digging through more boxes to find replacement shards for their value. So, on Tuesday, I found Lich, Kraken, and Tiamat. I knew 10 shards that were right there in the open. So I was, in my head, the math was 14 shards to get instead of 24. Or 28, or whatever it is.
It was 28.
Yeah, so 18 instead of 28. And literally, if you're watching my camera, you can see me counting to myself as I go.
Use the fingers. Use all the fingers.
Yes! Fingers and toes. Here's how many I need still, guys. Come on. So yeah, I fully expect most of the guys here are, keeping track of things like that. You don't want to take too many notes, because you don't want to spend too much time on your notes. I used to track every single floor, which was absolutely ludicrous. You only do that in co-op if you desperately need shards. but like you want to track your end floors, you want to track some of the splits, and you want to track where Fiends are. That's minimal notes.
I'm
And
a
then
big
put it-
fan of the free-floating text box and a checkbox that tells me if I know I'm done with the location or not.
Yeah, I do a 2-column spreadsheet with all the locations down one column, and then I write the end floor in the other column, and I put a little X on them if they're done. And then I don't ever have to go back. Fast and easy to remember.
I believe is the first person on screen to find Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, that's what, Volcano?
Yep, that's Volcano.
Yeah. Colors and backgrounds. That's how you can tell these things.
Which means we must have found a canoe at some point. I think.
Unless his colors are just washed out and this is like, what could this be instead?
Or something else is cosplaying as Volcano.
Yeah. I think something's cosplaying as Volcano because he doesn't have a canoe on his tracker, and I'm gonna trust the trackers here.
Oh, one of our trackers in chat pointing out that that's Melmond.
Oh, Red! I didn't realize you could get that background at Melmond.
I didn't either.
Interesting. So Melmond cosplays as Volcano. I mean,
Okay.
It's kind of a hellhole. It makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like the vampire just attacked it, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Not gonna kill Garland. Unless he already did and I missed it. That's interesting.
He killed Garland already.
Okay.
So we've got easy access to Temple of Fiends. We've got
Mhm.
sight of one Fiend, but it's one of the 2-shard ones. Yeah,
That's
the hunt for the key continues, I guess.
Yeah, 26 swords, don't need a key for anyone that has a thief, and free loot. So, like, the math is getting better and better as we're going here. Now that Temple of Fiends is covered, and a free ribbon. Minus 2, but a ribbon's a ribbon.
So we got Elfland at Titan's East. I spied Cake and Quadex at level 3.
I mean, Cake will get you through that lich.
And to carry
you
if
need
you're
2 swords.
desperate.
Yep. You take Confuse, you can do carry when you find her. Although, really, I prefer a wizard staff carry.
Just punch it.
Or,
Yes. Well,
yeah, just do the more reasonable thing and just punch to the death.
if we're going dang strats.
And what do we got in level 4?
Oh, that's a hard reset all the way back there for blood. So Sahags have Fire 3, which is not like the most powerful spell of the level 3s, but that's instant death for a party this low.
Level 4, we got promo locked Fade. Otherwise, we're on Lock 2 and Ruse.
So this is what I was talking about again. Like, you don't know what the magic situation is going to be like, and it really hurts when you find spells you need and you just can't buy them because, you know, it's not available. Like, White Mage feels really necessary in this kind of flag set.
Nah.
So
Yeah.
remember that waterfall that we saw earlier?
Yeah.
That has a ruby and a cube.
Ooh.
We know where a Titan exit is because we saw that at Elfland, and the cube is necessary as well because we're going to find cube block. That's
Necessary
bad-
is a strong word because we found.
I always find cube block, and it always has something behind it. Like, okay, so confirmation bias, sure, but if there's a cube there, you don't want to let go of the cube.
No, you definitely want to carry that out.
Yeah. Oh, wizard staff. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, so that's an issue. Also, there's where the herb.
Here's where the herb is. Yeah. Yeah. So, have we? What were you gonna say, Prof?
So that is interesting. So the question really now is, when do these guys just go back into Waterfall?
When they have levels.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
When they've run out of options.
Pretty much.
and we haven't found a good grind tile yet.
Yeah, having seen the Gersharks on that tile, having seen how deep the dungeon is, and with its location being relatively kind of like out of the way of everything else, I would not be back there unless I ran out of anything else to do.
No, I mean I'll say this. Also, here's some Pete's. Even though they're not on a tile, just a random counter. But I will say this. The good thing about Tuesday's one is that there was a really good grind tile that was pretty accessible.
Oh, Tuesday's one with the 4 gas dragons and the sandworm both sitting there in the ice loop. That was glorious.
Yeah, and I didn't actually. I should have actually done that on on my tile, but I think I chose a different tile that I forget what it was.
I mean, with the B-sides in play, you get a lot of good stuff potential. There could be a lot of good grinds floating around, and we haven't really seen anything too great yet.
Well, yeah, the B-side tiles usually have a lot of good tiles anyway. This is literally just built on top of the co-op.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how good B-side tiles are.
So we're taking a look at Volcano Armory right now, and I saw Flame Armor +3. We're now up to 2 jewels. A tile that isn't good.
Yeah. Although, I was going to say, we're not doing a lot of damage, and then they punch for, everything.
Oh, that's
Ow.
awkward. Well, there's still 2 jewels in there, at least.
Avoid that, or go back, Saracen. You need the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Worth
is...
noting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this flag set has, I believe it's 100% per 8 shards.
Mm-hmm.
2 shards are going to make a notable difference.
25%. And that's the thing that I want to emphasize to people is, there's a misconception that 4 shards or 2 shards or whatever are what you need to get an experience bonus. The devs have confirmed every single shard provides a little bit. So you get 1 shard, you're getting 12.5 on there. If you're low level enough, you feel that.
Treat the first going on taking on that buffed Bahamut, and doesn't.
No, you just you take the treasure and run.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with because there's so low levels at this stage of the game. It's just you have to find. You already just mentioned it. You got to find all those shards to get that to rank up that experience bonus.
Yeah, you get I had when we were on the 2 series. The thing I noticed is I was level 45. I had enough shards in me by the time we got into Topher that I'd kill a Fiend and I'd level up, and I was 45. There's a huge amount. It's a stupid amount of experience that's on the table.
Yeah, and I think I was 35, 34, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still able to go through it just fine because I had those 2 life 2 casters on my party.
I didn't have any magic besides Nuke. So
I saw Chad. I saw Chad go somewhere, and he found the back exit of Titan. So both Titan's entrances are now accounted for. And Saracen, meanwhile, is off at Onrak location. Find C-Split. Left side is the Q block. Right side's a Melmond, and we got promo lock Nuke.
No. I mean,
Ice
Ice 3 is a great...
in the meantime. Yeah.
Ice 3 is a good spell. I'm not going to argue with Ice 3, but that Nuke being where it is definitely not what the players wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
No. This was definitely the thing where it's yesterday's one, because since we had level 1 Nuke, it was this was going to be this is our main damage dealer for the rest of the game.
Yep.
No matter what. Before that monster +4, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyone who's sitting here going, I'm just going to go promote a Bahamut, and I'll slap a ribbon on my black belt. It'll be fine. I'll get Nuke, I'll come back, I'll kill Bahamut. Bahamut's blocking Nuke. So... maybe rethink that point. Saracen translating their slab. Went through the Rosetta Stone with Dr. Oon, learned a language in 5 easy steps.
Something I want to point out so far, I've been trying to keep track of shard counts, but worth noting, the only shards Saracen found so far have been in that Volcano Armory. He ended up resetting out. Didn't go back for them. Rock Solid is there getting the mighty 2 shards right now. And I don't know that Hate the 13th or Chad have found any themselves, and we are 21 minutes in.
This is a brutal scene.
I mean, I feel like brutal is a massive understatement.
Well, so this gets us back to, like, winning or losing on the start screen. And Tuesday's race with that level 1 nuke was a prime candidate for doing the Thief Black Belt Black Mage. Oh, there's a Flame Armor in here as well. That's a nice pickup. Flame took 3, it looks like. Well, I mean, that's a gigantic bonus with that Ice Shield plus 5 that we were talking about. Woo! Spicy. But, so we're discussing the fact that, like, the party you take is going to really matter here, and you want that Thief who's just apparently not able to dodge on Rock Solid side. Like, the magic that we have here feels like the parties we've taken may or may not really be that great. I don't know what, like, you don't want to reroll 20 minutes in, but, like, I feel bad for them for this, because it feels like you really could lose on the start screen.
So, I have confirmed that, assuming they can carry them out, Rock Solid and Saracen will be our shard count leaders at 2.
Yay! Oh, there's
You
you were gonna say, Professor?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this just speaks volumes on how how brutal this was. We're only at 2 shards, and Saracen and Rock Solid are the 2 leaders of this, and we need 28.
I think, though, Saracen is about to get a big advantage here. He's got a red mage, and he just got on the hairpins that everyone else has been ignoring, a Sun Sword plus 4. That is some good swinging damage right there.
Oh, look at on Hate's side. Let's go into that waterfall right now.
Good.
I think
Good.
I think we have to, because we need to find that canoe, and the only thing that I have seen so far that could be where it's located is that Q block.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, pretty sure we've been everywhere else. Oh man.
I'd be surprised if it's not.
Ooh, Rock Solid to a 3 shard lead. Let's go!
Woo! So yes, I like the pickup of the Sun Sword. I like the pickup of that armor that he's going to be able to use for whatever, like, melee carry he picks up later. I think Saracen's doing some good work walking all of that out and saving it. For what little we have available, a weapon like a Sun Sword plus 4 in the hands of a red mage or a fighter is going to be huge. We haven't found magic, we need weapons. And that's a good weapon. Katana minus 3, not as good, especially since we can't use it right now.
Ooh, Saracen going to check Squiggle left. I don't know that anybody else has done that. Never mind.
Yeah, he just got booted. So Hate is trying to get through these Gersharks instead of just running from them. With Ice 2, that feels sketchy.
If they rolled low, this could be a pile of experience waiting for him. If they didn't roll low, this is a slow motion wipe.
Yeah, they didn't roll low. Now, he could run from this fight. He's not, but he could. Oh, they really didn't roll low.
I'm looking at that Katana minus 3, I'm like, geez, this is not it. This is definitely not an endgame weapon for sure.
Okay, those sharks are probably sitting around 500 health. I mean, level 13, good for him. That's great. But woof!
Ooh, Saracen has acquired extra shards himself, also now at 3. But Rock Solid is back, might open that box to get all the way to 4.
Did we see what Hate got out of there? Did he get anything?
It was the cube
out
in the
of
ruby.
waterfall? Yeah, the cube in the ruby out of waterfall.
Okay. So it's we're looking for that Titan trove to see what Titan might have then.
Yeah. And we know where there is... Oh, go ahead.
Chad taking on Carry. Has meleeed for a bit, going for quad X strats, ineffective. Gonna try another Falchion plus Force Wing, 27 damage. Incoming Ink doing... Actually, sticking to that fighter is kind of a disaster at this low level. We're suddenly missing.
Oh!
Incoming melee, no more Red Mage. Can we get a hit? 1 for 67. We survived the crackback. Can we get there? Nope. 58, we're still in this. And one more melee swing out of Carry. Endo attempto.
That was a gutsy play. Knowing the scaling we have on these bosses, though, at the levels these heroes are at, that was risky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give credit to Chad. I'll give credit to Chad where credit is due for his attempt at that. Then again, I'm a little biased because he's my other three league teammate.
Now, Hate is picking up a lot of good levels here. He keeps running into these unrunnable mud galls, which sucks that they're unrunnable. But at the same time, he's, mid-teens now level-wise? It's not a bad pickup for his 2 players. And it just keeps pouring that experience on him. So why not?
I wonder if this is a conscious grind. I wonder if we found this and have decided that we just want... No, wait, Waterfall is too deep in the table for this. Never mind.
He wants to walk out those key items, and he doesn't have warp or exit, so he just has to do this, and...
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I hate it when you get in a situation like this. It's like, I have to walk these out. Well, and now he's level 15, so... Now he has the benefit that he can go unlock all the locked doors.
Mhm.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
You were saying.
Hate the 13th, when you watch this back, please direct all hate mail to Dark Moon.
Oh.
I feel bad. I didn't curse him. I didn't say he was going to make it out or not. I'm just like...
Uh-huh. Do you have
that
any,
hurts.
Do you have any more questions for my client? Please direct them to me.
It especially hurts because he loses the ruby in the cube that we scouted out. Or
That
at
was
least I scouted out.
That's just 5 minutes flushed down the toilet by a nasty waterfall. Ugh. Heartbreaking. So what else has been going on?
Rock Solid is having himself a thunk. Trying to figure out, what did I not do? Where have I not been? What did I miss? Oh god, it's Waterfall. I think the conclusion we just came to.
Yeah. They are in a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's honestly the best way to put it. And I don't... This is a lot like our first week with the really nasty free enterprise style flags that we had, where you had to sit and think about the puzzle of it. How are you going to get through this situation? And I feel like this Oops All Loose set itself up as a puzzle. What is the best solution to get through this? How are you going to do this? How are you going to get through that waterfall? What can you do? Honestly, Saracen with that Sun Sword that could potentially swing for a lot, get some levels under his belt, I think he's going to be in a good position to do that waterfall just because he can swing and take out a Mudgall at a time instead of having to, swing 4 or 5 times to kill a Mudgall and have to deal with those obstacles, over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Chad must have picked it up right from the get-go, and this is going to be a thing where we're just going to hope that he can get out safely with his party still alive, just to get that cube and ruby.
Yeah, he's just running from that tile. That's a good call.
Wait a minute, we have Northern Docks on. Has anyone been to Mirage Tower yet?
That's true. We have not seen Mirage Tower.
Oh, Chime is on the table.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, I mean, we have every dock except for Ryukon Desert.
Mm-hmm.
mean, that would hurt if everyone's desperately focused on this waterfall, and the key to everything they've had has been there from the get-go over at, like, King Chime into Mirage Tower.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this was at Corneria Castle, this chime.
Well,
and actually, Ice 2's not bad against sandworms. Putting that out there.
no overworld grinds, only tiles. The encounter rate's pretty low in this flag set.
I haven't checked to see how far the first encounter is off the top. So, that's always my goal with an overworld grind. Is if I'm 2 or 3 steps from the hard reset, then it actually makes it viable.
And chat confirms Chad is out, managed to get his waterfall prize out.
Nice.
Pretty sure the first person on the stream to do so.
Yes, this is the case. And I was gonna mention this while you guys were talking, but I didn't want to cut in with that just while you guys were talking. So, Chad's gonna go ahead and fight Lich here. So
we're gonna celebrate our ill-gotten gains with a good old vigorous Lich punching.
Yeah, and Chad has saved too, so this is all locked in.
I mean, when you have a party, you serve Quake. That's how that works.
He doesn't want the first serving. Melee doesn't go anywhere. We've got Rock Solid also going against Lich. Melee getting a similar distance of nowhere.
There you go.
Second cake's the charm for Chad.
Lich is feeling very full now, and he's taking a black belt. Okay, so there was a black belt in the sea. So that would justify anyone that decided not to take a black belt initially. Their gamble was paid off.
We've had 1 black belt, yes, but what about second black belt?
I love it. People downplay, like, some people downplay the whole thing. It's, black belts are completely useless in this game. No, it's not.
No.
It's really good. It is really powerful.
Well, when you have, like, what can only be considered ludicrous speed experience points, black belts are really good.
Very much so. Yeah. Just if you can commit to the grind, if you can commit to that grind, yeah, sure, it may just take be a little slow to get that grind going, but once you get that grind going to like around 36 to 42, it is that black belt is going to carry you for the rest of the game. It pretty much outclasses the fighter in every single way just because of that sheer power alone.
Rubes in chat pointing out that we looked at the black belt, we entered the select a slot screen, we did not in fact take that black belt. We left it in Lich's cave.
Wow!
That is an interesting call from Chadberg.
With nuns gaining experience, I can see the rationale of leaving it for now. We find somewhere to grind a solo character up to like high 20s, maybe all the way to 32, then we go get the black belt, it's immediately 32, and then we just LOL through the rest of the game. I see the rationale for that, but I can't help but wonder if it might be better just to have another warm body that's doing anything right now.
Wait, Chadberg still has it.
Chad has it, Rock Solid does not.
Oh, Rock Solid. Okay. I thought I wasn't sure what you're referring to.
We've got 3 runners on stream who have slain the mighty Lich. Saracen has found a fighter tile somewhere. I got a little confused because I thought this was an Astos fight, but it's not. It's the fighter.
It's on a tile. He's on a Sky 4.
I see. Oh.
Yep. And he took it, and he's walking that experience out. Yeah, Saracen is having a very slow start. He's about half the experience level of everyone else right now. And that will compound, like, you know, once you get your momentum going, it just builds up quicker and quicker in this game. But, right, yeah, he is behind right now.
So Rock Solid taking on Carry One. Melee not doing much. Incoming melee doing a lot. We've got 3 melee characters that managed around 20 damage over the course of round 1. Carry is not amused, deletes the Thief, and we've decided, nah, we're not doing this yet.
Yeah, with the way that Carry is punching and how much she's shrugging off the melee attacks, you're either coming to kill her at the very end after you've done your grind or close to, or you're gonna just rely entirely on confused strats for her.
Question in chat. Can I get a recap? Well, basically, it took us 21 minutes before we remembered that this was Shard Hunt, and we don't have a Thief. We've got sight of 2 Fiends that have, one of them had a black belt. I did not catch what the other had. And everything, our gate to the rest of the game, and coincidentally the shards we need, is stuck behind either a cube lock in Onrak that we have to dig out a very deep waterfall to get the cube for, or it's been sitting at Mirage this whole time and no one's bothered to go.
Yeah. We're very much looking for a canoe to open up the world to us, and so far we don't have that. But Rock Solid is aiming in a direction that looks to be Mirage Desert.
So this will give us information because this chime was so early in the game. It was at Corneria Castle. It was on Dwarf Cave. So if we see this will be new information. So if this has something, then Rock Solid has some semblance of a lead, but like it's a good sneaky advantage, I guess.
What we don't want to see here is like a Cardia dead at Mirage Tower.
That's all it really is. Like, just if there's nothing, if there's a Cardia empty, then this is just completely useless.
Your shard count sweepstakes update. It's at 5, Saracen's at 3. I'm gonna try and get the other 2.
Pyro on, it looks like about 5 squares away on the grind. That's not bad. Pyro also doesn't hit for anything against that fighter.
Chad at 6.
Nice. Level-wise, Rock Solid just got to level 9.
And also Tyro's friend.
And Hate the 13th at 3. So, Saracen and Hate at 3, followed, and then Rock Solid at 5, Chad at 6.
Rock Solid looks like he wants to hit the steak buffet. Doesn't want the wings with that, just wants the steaks. Gonna nom him some meat for a little while and get him some quick levels. Has not gone inside. Huh?
I don't hate a Tyro grind right now just to get us into the mid-teens, but...
Yeah. Well, it depends on what his... I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, it's like having known that like we haven't done kind of anything for like 39 minutes.
Yeah.
I would have this screaming voice in the back of my mind that's saying, stop grinding and go.
Yeah. Well, the Thief gets the ability to pick locks at 15. And 15 is also the point where when you start leveling up past that, you're gonna start burning like the charges you want to earn on your characters post-promotion. If promotion is in his mind, then I don't think we'd want to see him go past... I mean, I don't want to see him go past 15 anyway, but, like, 15 has got to be niggling in the back of his mind as the number.
Oh, and there's... there's Grant's stoned.
This grind is taking too long.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like, I feel that Rock Solid's choice of the Tyro is adding a bit more. It's giving the other runners more time to just... to get ahead of Rock Solid.
Well, there's this thing of, there are 4 encounter zones here. He's checked one of them. Like, if you want to do this, that's cool. But maybe try and see if at the very least you can get a blue stake on the first grind somewhere else, or a sandworm or something. Maybe something that's a little easier or a little more lucrative. Like, the single Tyro was what he's taking. He doesn't want the wings with that. It's not the most lucrative fight you can get here.
Speaking of grinds, I'd like to direct your attention to Hate the 13th on the tile in Waterfall, clearly setting up for a black belt grind, having just crossed level 18. It's taking basically 2 rounds to take down a Gershark. Also, sharks are there.
Oh yeah, that black belt is hitting for a lot, because it doesn't look like the Gersharks actually have all that much absorb.
So, I want to play... Go ahead.
No, I was just oohing at the double Gershark.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing about Tuesday's thing. For me in particular, I had a lot of trouble trying to set up this particular grind, and it's an empty.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's an empty this entire time. The chime's useless. You get with that. It's that cube and Ruby.
So King was just basically having a garage sale. It's the King's white elephant. I don't need this. You guys take it.
So yeah, the answer is go to that waterfall, dig out the cube, and then go to on-rack without your canoe, and then do C left and whatever, something's behind the cube block. I don't know what.
So what I was gonna say though was that I had trouble trying to set up a black belt grind because none of my guys were going to go down, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to stick with the people going up because there's saying have everyone go up, stay up on their feet and not on the ground. Just deal with just having a slower grind for the thief and not keep equilibrium between the levels.
So, question chat, have we been to Cardia Dock? Yes, we made it there somewhat early. We made it there around 20 minutes when we remembered that this was Shard Hunt. The only thing we have left that we need to do is C left, which is Q block, which needs a cube.
Which we have now.
Yep.
8 will be walking that cube out momentarily, along with level 21 on his thief and his black belt. And his dead slot that he can't do anything with right now, but still. 2 important ones that he has.
Chad, first on screen to check out Marsh Locked with the benefits of the lock-picking thief. So far we've got a jewel, a ribbon.
Don't hate a ribbon.
And please hold for whatever the third thingy is.
That is our second ribbon that we found, because I think it was the Sages had the first one.
I mean, we take those ribbons.
Finds the silver toboggan in the 4th chest of the V. Oh, Spot.
and
an
I
iron
think
hat.
it was iron armor. Yeah,
an iron hat, I think.
Still, the jewel and the ribbon was real good.
Oh yeah, no. I'll walk that out any day.
Believe that takes Chad up to 8 and is running away with the on-stream shard count.
That's 9. Oh no, that's 10 now. He's at 10.
Is this a fighter grind from Rock Solid?
Might be. Yeah, he might be doing fighter at this point. Just getting his levels in now.
Or
He's doing
we
decent
stopped
damage.
caring. Or we stopped caring that things got turned to stone.
I mean, he's got good damage. He's killing the Tyro with, what is that, a saber? In 2 hits?
And also worth noting, we got that empty spot. Like, yes, the fighter is getting a ton of levels. That empty spot also getting a ton of levels.
Yeah. Yeah, so whenever he stops his grind, he's gonna have 2 characters, one of them he can't use yet, but 2 characters that are actually going to be able to do damage. Another Tyro here on the upper slot.
Hate the 13th is somewhere that has a rod lock. I don't recall seeing this previously. And I know Chad is rapidly approaching on-rack. Oh, Hate's in Crescent. Okay.
Did we really not check Crescent before?
We
I remember
checked Crescent.
I remember looking.
We peeked our head into it, but didn't go deep.
Yeah, so here's that C split at on-rack that we were talking about.
Oh, there's canoe! Oh no!
Oh!
And that's a free box on that floor.
Yeah, so anyone that hasn't been checking the Crescent area for whatever reason, if they saw the rod blocker, like, I can't do rod block right now, and just reset out, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And we were under the impression this entire time that the Q block. I mean, it could still happen. There could still be something in this Q block, maybe. But
I
like,
mean, I guess.
You can go check. You can go check the vampire. Okay, never mind.
No, he's got the canoe. He's got the floater. He's just like, nope.
I'm out.
We will
I'm
be
going
back.
to Ice Cave.
Q block is Northwest Castle.
There sure is nothing here, Chad. I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the tile that I found. It was a metal slime tile in the middle chest of Northwest Castle. That was on Tuesday.
So I can see why. Yeah, hey, you've got the canoe and the floater. Just go turn it in. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why people may not have wanted to dip down in there, because you had to get past Ice 1. And up until the 47-minute mark, most of our people have been level 6 or below. So, a lot of packs on Ice 1 are gonna kill you. Hell, a lot of packs on Earth 3 are gonna kill you when you're that low level. So, I can at least kinda understand. But, you know, it's that kind of thing, you've just gotta, like, face take your way through it until you get through.
Yep.
You can't not.
I feel like because of Hate's poll here down in Crescent Lake, but like I feel like this is going to give Hate a
huge
big advantage. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Until we see someone else come down here, he is in the lead as far as our on-screen winners are concerned. Just because the world is his mollusk at this point. He's got it all open to him. Yeah, I think that this comes from the fact that these are co-op style flags, and not all of our runners did co-op. So you just kind of learn doing these co-op flags that you basically just have to become really stubborn and push through on a bad floor. Because you can't not.
Right.
Yeah. You're taking a big... I'm sorry, you go ahead.
There's something to be said for picking and choosing floors, and as I look at Earth 3 without having Rod, and it's only 2 floors down, I would really struggle. It would depend on how much I've cleared. If I'm down to like 2, 3, 4 entrances left to look at, I would clear this because the risk of it being here is just too high. But if I drank the fun Kool-Aid in the morning and decided, you know what, I'm just going to go straight from Canaria to Crescent, then I'd look at that and think, well, you know, you win some, you lose some, and I would just go elsewhere.
I'd make a note that like Ice 1 floor into Rod Block was here. If I was level 1 or level 2. If I'm level 5 or higher, I'm pushing through until I get it. Especially since, like, with Ice 2 and Bane, you have spells good enough to kill a lot of stuff on those floors. Not the undead. You just gotta hope you can run from the undead. But the rest of it, yeah, like, I think you push through. You have to be stubborn on flags like this. Because you don't want to be the one person that doesn't, and then everyone else decides, I can do Crescent Lake, and every item you need is down there, like it.
So, I was just scouting out the table here, and that floater is definitely required because there is Tia floor on Cardia Swamp.
Well, the dearth of shards we've seen,
right?
Like enough shards to finish the game has to be floater locked at this point, which is a rare thing to have, honestly. But yeah. Oh, Chad looks like he's found on the desert the blue grind.
Was this a grind, or did we accidentally bump into it?
We'll find out. No, it looks like it's he's doing it. The blue steak buffet was a step or two. Oh. Maybe it's a couple of encounters behind.
Yeah, I wonder if, we have to do some power cycling to get to that.
Makes it less worth it.
Depends on what's in the way, because if it's like red steak, red steak, that's not bad.
I thought we were doing Dr. Seuss. Oh, Seuss. 1 steak, 2 steak, red steak, blue steak?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have those with a side of green eggs and ham, I'm just saying.
Obviously the ham is the red ankylo, but what are the green eggs in this encounter table?
Okay, so blue steak is the second encounter past the power cycle on the right side, right bottom of Mirage. And we now have 3 players doing Desert Grind.
I mean, when you've run out of things, when you've run out of ideas,
Yep.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
When in doubt, break out the A1. That's where we're at.
Yeah, like all the time you spend just like holding A and occasionally menuing to a cabin to reset, that is precious mental energy that you can claw back and take mental inventory of everything you've done and just be like, okay, where did I heck up? What did I do wrong?
Oh, I like this for hate even better than for everyone else. Oh, Saracen's in a good position too. They have stoned party members. So when they're done with this grind, they can just bring them right back up without having to go to a town to revive. Like, we know there's nothing to explore here at Chime, but they can start checking other locations and two-man it from there and be in perfect shape.
Yeah, and with the decision to go ahead and fight, have a black belt on the starting screen, this is a good enough time just to say, okay, we have stoned party members. We could go ahead and grind this tile and just keep grinding this encounter zone and just keep going and get this pump up our levels for this black belt.
So it looks like bottom left, Saracen has looked into the sandwich grind. He's found himself a sandwich artist and is just gonna get them going. He's also found one of the red steak, blue steak grinds. So lots of tasty things around here. I think Saracen's may be a red steak into sandwiches.
Question in chat: who has the lead on stream so far? Progression-wise, it's Hate the 13th. Shard-wise, it's Chad.
Although I thought Rock Solid won onto the Earth floor that had the canoe and got it, but he doesn't have it now, so I don't know if maybe he got bounced out.
No, you go back for that. He would. There's no way he wouldn't go back for that.
I don't know if he actually saw that it was down there, or if he got bounced off the floor before he got a chance. That's the question I'm having.
Are we not gonna pay attention to what Saracen's victory pose for the black belt? Because I am amused.
I didn't notice.
I have missed it.
What's this next counter? It is as long as Saracen can take this down, of course.
Nah, he'll win. I believe in him.
Yeah.
We have the faith.
I love that.
Oh, he's dabbing! That's right, someone made the dab sprites after Winter Dab last year, and he kept them.
Oh.
That was Saracen.
That's a dab? I thought that was the Japanese Bowser victory pose.
It's hard to do a proper dab when you only have like 2 tiles of pixels to work with.
Right. I thought it was the Bowser the Japanese Super Mario RPG Bowser victory pose.
I like that too. That's also good. Call it what you will.
That's how I interpreted it, because it has a striking similarity to that.
And I hope you like. Oh, you go ahead.
So Rock Solid, on his way to get the cube that is the ultimate in the bad news, Chad has made it to the scene of the crime, gonna get his canoe. Hate the 13th, still grinding. Saracen, still grinding.
Yeah, well, when you look at it, I mean, we haven't checked the Titans yet, and I'm hoping people remember the Titans there with the ruby that they're gonna get. But, like, you get the time early, it's a womp. You get the cube that you have to fight tooth and nail to walk out. It's a womp. Like, this seed is just an absolute tease. 8 looks to be done with his grind now. Missed what level it was, but considering how long he went, he's got to be high 30s. And he's off towards whatever is that ordeal. And that is Canaria Castle. A jewel and a tent.
I mean, the jewel's not bad.
The jewel's
take it.
great. Princess is like, hey, so you want to go camping? Cool, go set this up for me. She's rich. She doesn't do it for herself. Flame Sword +2, some couch cash, a saber, more couch cash, Silver Axe +1, and a house.
Alright, well that could have been a better treasury, I think.
Like, a single jewel would have been really nice. King had it. He gave you the crown jewels. Not sure his people are going to appreciate that, but... Chad over here checking out Gaia. Oh yeah, that's that Marsh top, which I don't think had a lot. Although
I don't
like
recall seeing anything good.
No, although if I don't have that Sun Sword and I haven't picked up the Flame Sword yet, Light Axe +5 is a nice weapon. That's better than your base Ice Sword, I believe, at that point. Gut instinct tells me I'm right, and I'm just going to go with that.
Light Axe +5 over an Ice Sword. I don't think it's... Crit might put it over, but otherwise I think it's comparable.
But it can cast harm, too!
Or I could hit things in the face with it.
Yeah, the hitting's better. Yeah. Hate learning the hard way that the airboat is not a boat. Can't land that on water. Here we have ordeals at Cardia Tiny. Gonna see what the Ordeals Tower has for us. And we got Rock Solid finally checking out this Titan. We're gonna see what the Titan has in his pantry.
I want to hug Rock Solid.
Okay.
Because he's going everywhere that's not the canoe.
Yeah, it's just the proof that like the fact that everyone else had dipped into oh boy, crown.
Interesting. So now we know there might be something behind that cube block. We'll have to find out when we get to Astos again. But
I was gonna say though was that the fact that like people had all the runners had dipped into Crescent Lake, but didn't go any farther than that, and then with the harsh reality that floater is definitely going to be needed because it's so deep in that we all forgot about it. It just adds to about a lot of the woes that we've been seeing with Rock Solid, just being behind the curve between everyone else.
Well, this flag set is very different from a lot of stuff that we run in Final Fantasy. I mean, like, that's the point of Fall League, is to do different things. But this flag set's very different from what we normally put single players through in Final Fantasy Randomizer. It's a co-op style flag set, great for co-op, but on a single player run, it's very weird. And if you haven't practiced these kinds of flags all, co-op style or single player or whatever, you can be in for a hard time with these.
Status of Ordeal's treasury. It's butts.
Oh.
Is it like fake rubber butts that you wear on the outside of your pants?
It is optimistically 15k in gold and some gear you don't want.
Oh.
Wow.
Running afoul of the reversed lava floor here on Volcona.
Okay, I see what... I like what Rock Solid was doing. So, Rock Solid actually ended up switching out the fighter for the black belt with the levels that he already gained within that said fighter.
That's good. 23 black belt's a worthwhile thing. Yeah. I would still want to take a fourth man suit just so I can like get some levels on them as well, but no, I don't think it's a bad thing. Kate is going to get a nice chunk of experience off this double Mudgall 5 sorcerers that he's forced to take because they're unrunnable. 43 on that black belt. And he's just like, whatever, I'll just kill some Gurnagas and Ears while I'm at it.
Hi, Evade, watch this.
Evade all these fists.
And Saracen continues the grind, getting that black belt currently up to level 33.
Believe that's a thief there at Tiamat. But we do have the Tiamat fight, and we're not going to bother with Banes or anything else. We're just going to paunch. Just going to paunch a lot. 600 damage on decent absorb, another 400 behind. That's over 1,000. This Tia can be what, like 1,500, I think? Well, it doesn't matter, they're dead. 3 punches, and you're good to go. Puts his black belt at 44, because experience is meaningless at this point.
Oh yeah. Once you get to level 42, you're pretty much all good to go. You could just run the table throughout the rest of the game.
The extra levels are really nice. 45 feels really good in comparison to 42, but like with the number of stars he has, he's at 11. Experience is already starting to become largely meaningless.
God, also stepping up to the Tia 1 fight. What is this answer going to be? We're going to wall up the punch machine. Incoming fire 2 doesn't do a heck of a lot. Outgoing melee from the thief for 54. From the fighter for 2. Wall goes off. Test punch. 6 hits for, I think that was 330. It seems fine. Turn the volume up a little bit. Thief melee goes out for 50. Fighter melee goes out for 21. Lock 2 lands. And it's a punch. 4 hits for 84. That is the wrong direction. Incoming melee, 5 hits for 150. What are we going to flip to? We're gonna stick with the Lot 2 strats. More punch. 4 hits for 286. T is still there. 2 hits for 36. Still going. 2 hits for 2. Thank you. Totally useful fighter. Turns out we've got Poison Touch going on. That's a little awkward. 6 hits for 102 out of the actual DPS. But the Thief manages to eclipse it. 8 hits for 170 seems good. 4 hits, 4 damage seems right. 3 hits for 181. Looks like we're going to turn this into a crits only fight. That's about the only way we're dealing damage. Some crits across the board. Tia manages to connect with the Thief, but is still there. 4 hits for 131. Tia still there. Lightning 2 doesn't do much. Quad X? Ineffective. We still got over 300 to go, but there's 212 of it. Are we going to try another Quad X? Yes, we are. Ooh, the Red Mage down to single digits, but the Quad X sticks. Chad makes it through the Tia 1 fight.
Very well put together by Chad.
Very well done. Yeah. I was going to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt you, and now I've forgotten what that was. Pro commentary right there. Yeah.
Very much pro commentary.
Yeah, pro commentary right there.
Go on a journey.
I know what I was going to say. The lock strats may end up being the way that they have to finish this, because so far I don't believe we've seen Temper, and we also haven't seen where Provoca is. So Lord only knows how many good spells it has lurking behind it. The other thing to point out is, you were saying the fighter wasn't really doing much, and that's true. Melee-wise, fighter wasn't doing much. But honestly, when you have Flame Armor plus 3 and an Ice Shield plus 5, the fighter only has one job, and that is to take everything.
Right, with the easy black belt that everyone has access to, I would feel very good having a fighter just standing in the front with all the absorb forever.
And that's what, like, plus 8 on already good armors, that is, like, all the absorb forever right there. You have one job, dude. Just stand right here. You're good. No, I don't need you to swing. Just stand right there. Stand there, look pretty. That's all you gotta do.
Unfortunately for Saracen, Saracen, I think it's whatever. I'm just calling it Saracen because Japanese for some. I'm thinking Japanese for some reason. It's
because he's posing.
Yeah. had tried to fight a Gershak Quizzack encounter, but was the only one left, so and was starting to get low on health, so just opted to leave out of that.
So I believe that water pack that Chad found is the tile there, and he's got ice 3s. Now they're a bit chunky, but like if you're still looking for a grind, you can do worse than a 6-pack of water. Or a 5-pack.
With ice 2s, if we had multiple ice 2 casters, that
Ice
would
3.
be pretty good.
I mean, he's rocking ice 3. You do an ice 3 with an ice 2 behind it. That's a nice chaser right there.
Hate got TNT out of the incentivized Marsh chest.
We've seen Dwarf, right?
We've seen Dwarf. Yes, it's literally like near a castle.
Oh, there's a jewel there in the locked Astos chest. I mean, it's not a lot, but a jewel's a jewel.
We need all of them we can get at this point.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame Chad for walking out his ill-gotten gains there. 2 good experience fights, plus I think a jewel or 2. Like, yeah. Oh, I think he's going back for more water. He's thirsty. It's like
We're never to stay hydrated.
It's like the scene in Flashdance. He just wants us to pour the water on. That's all this is.
God, I need to watch that movie.
I haven't seen it since it was out in the 80s. I feel no need to go back to it. Although, fun fact if you didn't know it, the song, the Flashdance song, She's a Maniac on the Floor, originally was supposed to be written about a serial killer, and then they changed it for that movie.
Wow, that's some backstory.
Yep. At least, that's the story I've heard multiple times about. I think it was even on, like, VH1's old pop videos. And they didn't normally do apocryphal, trivia, so that probably is correct.
Oh my gosh, Hate the 13th found a weapon shop in a dungeon! It's some kind of legendary weapon shop, and for our troubles we get an ice minus sword, and we had a mage stick, and the mighty cat claw that I think was vanilla or +3 or something.
Mighty. The mage, like, I saw that, like, you couldn't give us this mage stick when we were struggling over an hour ago? Like, really, game? Final Fantasy giveth and taketh away all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're an hour and 9 minutes in. We've got 3 people set effectively in the air. I'm counting Saracen because we just gotta take the stupid canoe out. And it's still just... Where are all the shards?
Yeah.
Wherefore, where are my shards at this point? So you raced on Tuesday with me on this one, Professor Render. I kind of felt like it was this way on that seed as well. All the shards were wherever I wasn't.
Yeah, that was kind of what the feeling I was getting. For me, I was more of a case of, I was in a case of, what do I do? Because it's now shard hunt. I don't know if I need to, like, grind, like, to just rush down spots or find boxes like no one's business. Also, Rod on Hate 14 and also Chapper got it too. But it's a weird. Shard hunt is really weird. It's funny because this yesterday was, or the Tuesday was my first ever shard hunt that I ever played.
Oh wow!
It's
a thing.
It's ironic too because on last week that was my first deep dungeon seed that I played. So I'm going blind into this. So I'm like, okay, I don't mind going blind into this. I've seen shard hunt. I've seen deep dungeon. I've never played it.
This is what I love about League, though, is just all the whacked out stuff that we make people play. Oh, here's Kraken Floor, March North if we hadn't seen it before. March Split at Ice Cave with Kraken behind, that's 4 shards. Saracen does this will get him up to 8.
So chat pointing out that on this Sharknado floor, we have the key sighting. Not taking a thief vindication.
I mean, it's great. I still don't think I'd take that risk. My party on Tuesday started Thief, Black Belt, Red Mage. I added a fighter early so I could have a warm body, and then replaced him for a Black Belt. That thief stayed up front so I could push his face up against doors to unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if he was dead, I'm weekend at burning his body up to the door and using him to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the case, you have thief lock picking as one of your options.
Mm-hmm.
There is that key becomes pretty much useless if you if you have a thief. And with thief lock picking being a thing, there is no excuse not to pick up a thief.
Mm-hmm. So Saracen's still rocking 3 party members. I really hope they remember that the nuns are getting EXP, and I'm starting to think they don't.
So worth noting, Hate the 13th is up to 20 shards.
Saracen's at 11, I believe, now? No, 9. So Hate's got a good lead on the other ones. Like, well, that's what we were talking about before. Having that floater as early as he did, he was in the air 5-10 minutes before everyone else? Yeah, he spent a lot of that on a grind, but that's a grind he doesn't have to do later, and now he's just picking up momentum on his start.
Gonna hope to see where Chad's shard count is momentarily. Because it seems like Chad and Hate the 13th are kind of hitting all the same locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, following behind each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We even saw that with the desert. They both got me. It was like the first goal in their head was, let's go to desert and do a grind now.
Mm-hmm.
And Hate looks to just be 2-manning it at this point for what I'm gonna assume is the rest of this scene.
Oh.
49 black belt. Yeah, at this point in the game, the red and black mages do not exist. You are running with this. You're running with the melees no matter what.
Well, this gets to something that I ran into on Tuesday, and the reason why I ended up doing double black belt. Your magic sucks, which their magic still sucks. Where's haste? Where's temper? Don't have either of them. Don't expect my mages to live. May as well just punch everything as hard as I can. And that's, honestly, with ludicrous speed and experience, that's a viable strat for these flags.
Chad seems to be headed somewhere. Chad is also at 20 shards, and I'm wondering just where we're headed off to in such a hurry.
Yeah, Hate has 21 now because he picked up another jewel here on the spider floor. Rock Solid gonna attack. Okay. Chad just remembered Titan, so he's checking Titan, got the crown. That's gonna be a free shard for him when he goes to Astos, whenever he decides to. Because we know there's a jewel lurking in the key locked area.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been a nice grind earlier with some nuke.
Ice 3 would be actually kind of really good for this.
Mm-hmm.
Medusas aren't that big and their MDef isn't that great. The Saber Tees are a little annoying, but that's what the punch machine is for.
Yep. Wow, Vorpal +1, yay.
Chat pointing out that Saracen just got a Mazza +4.
Now that's lovely.
Here we go again.
That's lovely. But, I mean, who do you put on? At this point, he's got 30-something black belt. Like, you're talking putting it on your mage instead, because it's not worthwhile to put on your black belt.
Right.
He's still a thief. He's still a thief, right?
No.
He just double
Yeah.
double black.
Oh, he did hire a fourth. Okay. Good. He's just had them dead on the ground for a while. Good. Good. So slap the Masamune in the red mage's hands, or Sun Sword on the red mage and a Masa in one of the black mages. That's viable.
So my thinking is that if Hate or if anyone else who doesn't have a black belt or a black mage, like doesn't have any black mages on their field, they're gonna take that Masa +4 and slap it onto that thief.
Yeah. If you have a thief, putting the Masa in their hands is a fantastic strategy, because they're going to have so many hits coming off it once they get some levels.
Chad taking on Kraken 1. Looks like we're going to opt for some Bane strats. Some good melee coming out of the fighter. 4 hits 240 coming out of the black belt. No more thief. Bane! Ineffective. This is going to be a little bit more dangerous than this Tia fight, I think. Maybe not, though, because 454 damage outgoing. Down goes Kraken.
I won't lie, every time we say Bane, I do think of the comic book character Bane. But
Yeah.
more specifically, the version from the Harlequin cartoon, who is just hilarious.
So Chad is only needing 4 shards left to go. I'm pretty sure Chad knows where Carrie is.
That's
Chad
true.
has now 3 shards to go.
Honestly, if you're stored a couple shards, it really does feel like those last 2 shards or so are like the worst. They just drag.
Yeah, Chad heading straight for Carrie as Hate the 13th.
Gonna do the adamant and the TNT.
Hope for some last minute shards, I guess.
Dwarf just has a cheap lottery payout.
Chad versus Carrie, 2 melees, but Carrie is still there. Incoming melee doesn't do much. Lock 2 lands. Probably going to finish this on the second round. Lock 2 goes out awkwardly. Here comes melee swing. 210 down goes Carrie.
Picks up an XCal +3, but do we really care about that? No, we don't. We have Masa.
So Chad is down to what, 1 shard left?
Yep.
And Hate still needs 5.
Does he?
Yeah, I just saw his inventory. He still needs 5. He hasn't killed Kraken yet, though.
Does he know where Kraken is?
I don't think so.
I don't think he's gone to Ice Cave yet. Hopefully he's tracking his location so he knows where he's been. But that's 4 shards on the table that he hasn't picked up yet.
Rock solid in the process of going back and checking over all the locations, trying to find what we missed.
And this is exactly exactly the issue that we were talking about earlier. The fact that Rock Solid has not went back into Crescent Lake speaks that he feels like he has definitely messed up somewhere. He doesn't know that it's all the way in Crescent Lake, deep into Crescent Lake.
And it looks like Hate the 13th is promoting. Decided to promote. I wonder what we're in search of. The black belt's 50, so that damage can't be done. Looks like we wanted a one of our trackers seems to think we were in search of equipping a katana? I mean, maybe.
It's katana -3 though.
Less maybe. Well, Rock Solid finds a thing he hasn't looted before.
But it's still the case of Rock Solid needs to head back into Crescent Lake, and then only does he realize he has made a fatal mistake.
Dad, the first of our runners to actually enter into the Temple of Fiends at 1:21:36, at least on stream. Puts him at a decisive lead right now. See how this goes for him. Don't know the levels or what specifically his party is. We'll find out the party in a second. Fighter, Thief, Black, Red. Black Belt, Red. Validates with a couple chest checks, and we're heading in. But he menus so fast I can't tell what level he is.
I was looking away. I was looking at Saracen's mighty validation at getting the key. We don't need enough faith.
Yeah, and this is the case where for Saracen, he doesn't have a thief, so he's got his key, and that's like it's so late in the game. It's like, oh, okay, I guess.
It's a Beastie Boys song, right? No Thief Till Brooklyn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I hurt you there.
a little bit.
I mean, you got my respect because I love classic rock. I grew up around classic rock.
I don't know how comfortable I am on multiple levels with you calling Beastie Boys classic rock. Okay.
Wait, is it not classic rock?
One, I'm not sure we call it rock. Two, classic. Dude, that makes me feel old.
BRB getting my applesauce.
Man, Ace. If it isn't classic rock, I am so sorry.
I mean, okay, they had stuff in the 80s, but they were getting play on like modern rock stations in the 90s and it's really weird to be able to say the off, let me tell you. But oh, you hurt me deep there.
Bringing us back to the Topher dive. I was waiting to see what this black belt punch was going to do. Black belt only connected for 281. So these levels are not as high as they could be. Fighter slamming in for 585. Black belt following up at 431. We're through carry, but the measurements we've taken so far, I am a little suspect of how this is going to play out in some of these harder Fiend fights.
I don't hate his decision here to take this EXP Pinata fight, honestly. But yeah, no, when you have a fighter who's swinging, it's got to be Sun Sword. That Sun Sword +4, that is good damage in a level 30 fighter's hand.
So that black belt, I think, just swang for 10 hits, if I saw correctly.
10 hits, level 38 on his highest characters. So, not great.
But I don't think it's not enough for Chad Bird to finish this out.
We've seen lower level dives from characters. I believe on Tuesday, Stony Rat finished at level 33. So 38's a fine level. Maybe feels a little low, but it's fine. But it really is dependent upon how high the absorb is from the Fiend.
And I think I saw a level of 32 in there as well.
I think that's his red mage.
We're going to take on Kraken. We're going to opt for a heal helmet, and I think that was double swing time for lock 2. Kraken laser targets the black belt. The black belt is down. Fighter swing time, 4 hits for 572. That's pretty okay damage. I'm not sure if we have a source of life magic. Based on that red mage, I don't think we do. I think we're just going to make the best of what we have. Kraken tries Fire 3, doesn't do much. The ninja is present, 6 hits for 287 out of the fighter. But Bane, nope, not getting there. This Kraken is still there and could destroy another light warrior at any moment. 4 hits for 119 out of the thief, 100 out of the red wizard. I think that was 382, 682, one of those. 333. This fight is still continuing. The other two are not doing much, and Kraken targets the other melee.
Yeah, but I probably would want to direct our attentions to hate the 13th here, and as he's now into his Topher run with level 50s, I don't see this failing.
Yeah, level 50 is a ridiculous level. I don't think there's any other way to put it.
I mean, it's max.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous in this game. Like, it's great. He should, not trying to curse him, but he should be okay. But it's still a ridiculous level, and that just goes to show the amount of experience they're getting off of these shards.
Here comes speed bump. What are we gonna do? Is just hold A. Incoming melee swing for 204. Zap coming out. We lose the red mage. That seems awkward, but 11 hits for 1800. I don't think it matters. 11 hits, notifying me that our black belt had plus hit today. That seems fun.
I mean, we're at level 50. A red mage dying does not matter in the slightest bit.
Incoming melee tags the black belt, but it's still standing there. Outgoing punch, 9 hits, 1700 damage. We're just gonna keep going through this Topher. We're gonna wait to find something that's gonna be actually a threat for us.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Rock solid, my man. Crescent's what you're looking for. I let me tell you about Denny's.
Denny's? Please, tell us about Denny's.
Denny's is where you go when you've lost all hope, and I want to take Rock Solid.
We used to have a Denny's near my area, but it's not like a local drive-in restaurant.
I love that description for Denny's because it's so apt.
Heat the 13th has temper strats. 4 hits for 146 out of the thief. Black belt says step aside. 6 hits, 1240. We got a schedule to keep. We gotta go. Let's go.
We're on the punch train. Everyone keep up.
Yeah, and since we're on the TF floor with level 50, like who cares if like any of our mages die, or heck, even the thief. We have a level 50 black belt. We can pretty much just kill chaos like immediately.
Going with ruse and temper strats on the thief, while our black belt connects for 589. Oh, just if that temper connects with that black belt though. 4 hits for 908. T is still there. I think we're playing with our food at this point. 1 hit, 1 damage. Thanks, Steve. Nailed it. A+. Let's take this into a third round. Lock 2 goes out again. Outgoing punch. 4 hits for 72. Down goes Tia 2.
Yeah, just about what I expected, honestly.
We're on the final floor. That black belt only has 870 health. That tells me the black belt has minus vitality today.
That's math right there.
Let's try a chaos fight. What do we got? We got ruse strats, we got lock 2 strats, and a test punch. Incoming melee does sizable damage to that thief, but it's still there. Lock 2 goes out, ruse goes out, punch. 5 hits for 747. That's a good start. What are we going to do about it? More lock? Time for fast. Incoming melee misses the thief. It might just be evade capped at this point. Second ruse stack, 11 hits, 1723. Fast goes off. Final punch. 9 hits, 1637. Down goes chaos. And Hate the 13th finishes with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 55 seconds. That is good enough for 4th place.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Do you want to do the recap, Prof, or do you want me to do it?
I can do it.
Go for
it. Since I'm the one who's been scouting this out this entire time. So,
Please.
oh, man. Crab Cake's first place, 104.55. Second place, Wild Ham, 119.46. And Jazz, 2980. Third place, 127.27. If it's not obvious, Crab Cakes is a absolute an absolute monster of this game.
Yes. And we are
So
joined in the booth by Hate. GG's Hate.
Level 50 black belt go smash! And the class blessings have been posted in the chat.
You don't have a strategy when you do that. There's no worrying about whatever. You're just like, no, I just punch things.
Yeah, I when I saw that plus 15 hit percent on the black belt, I was like, okay, I want to take this, but I'm not going to go without my thief. I run way too much to not take the thief. And when I saw that black belt standing behind Lich after I found Cake, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm happy now.
Also, Rocksolid is here with us. He happens to forfeit off the race. GG, valiant effort.
Mm-hmm. We understand.
Rock Solid, did you know you're my hero?
Unable to hear Rock Solid if you're talking. I don't see you muted. Hopefully you're able to get that working.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There you go.
Now you're coming through.
Sorry, just wanted to say thanks, Fizzle. That was a very nice comment for you to make, and it does make me feel better. I am salty. I don't know what happened to my stream, but I just I don't know where the canoe is, and I've exhausted everywhere I could think of to check. Where was it?
Crescent location. The second floor down is the Rodlock floor. It was in the free chest you take.
The green chest.
The Rodlock floor.
Yeah, the the northernmost chest on Earth 3.
Yep.
That's really mean. I had that in my notes as rod block, so I didn't go back there.
See, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, that's kind of one of those things that comes with doing like the co-op version of this and everything. It's just you learn to just face push every single chest on every floor because you just never know.
I'm not gonna lie, when I walked onto that floor, I was tempted to just reset out, but I'm like, you know what? No, I need stuff. I'm gonna loot, and I'm gonna hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it does, and it feels really bad because for a good for most of the people that are on the restream here, also opted to bail out of the roadblock, which makes sense. But it took them a while to get back to that spot to get that canoe and finish this out.
Yeah, and I knew it was something like that. I was going back and I was rechecking every chest I could think of, but I just didn't. It didn't click that Rodlock means there's still chests on that floor. So you live and learn.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Sonny would yell in my ear when I'd find a floor like that. Like, make sure to check the chest. So,
yeah, and I totally get it. It's something that it's hard to think about that like in context. Like I know, yeah, it's a raw lock. You're not going to continue any further than you already have. But it's like it's that just because it's raw lock, it means that it doesn't mean that it's not all doom and gloom, you know. So
we got Chad coming up here at the Chaos fight.
Go, Chad, go!
Incoming punch immediately for a couple hundred damage. Outgoing melee, 1 hit, 1 damage. Their black belt is kind of online. 5 hits for 655. That's encouraging. And we've got white shirt strats. Evasion coming out just after the nick of time. I didn't see what first item we're using. It's a heal hat. Let's try some melee. 4 hits for 526. That seems a lot better. Incoming punch misses. 4 hits for 584. Chaos still there. White shirt goes out. We are at 2 stacks of 6. We're going to try some more heal hat strats. And we're going to shift to Lock 2. Outgoing Lock 2, Sticks. The incoming melee didn't do much. Outgoing Paunch, 6 hits for 879. Chaos still there. Melee Swing, 2 hits, 4 damage. Chaos still there. And Heal Hat just makes us feel nice. We're going to switch to melee strats. Quad X. We're going to try a cheeky Quad X. Unfortunately, Chaos resists death. Incoming poison damage does a scary amount to that black belt, but the black belt seems okay. After some punches and melee swings, Chaos is still there. 2 hits, 148 out of the Thief. That was pretty nice. Melee swing, 2 hits for 331. Chaos still there. Thief, 2 hits, 66. Chaos still there. The incoming punches are missing. Lock 2s are going off. Final Paunch, 6 hits for 613. Down goes Chaos. Chad finishes with an official race time GG time of 1 hour 36:44. That is good enough for 6th.
Sixth on the leaderboard, but that does 136.44 does keep him in the 4th place bucket.
Yep, and that actually, and IB Karma was the only one remaining with between Hate and Chadbird. Speaking of Chadbird, here he is. I'll also say IB Karma. It was 133.49.
Yep,
And I also have to say that Chadbird, being my co-op partner, was the person who helped get me in the habit of checking those chests on Rodlock even when I don't have the Rodlock. So, thanks!
Yeah, and he's here as well. GG, man. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? You're also muted, by the way.
Okay, I can hear now.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
30 minutes. 30 minutes before I got my first shard.
That was a glorious seed, wasn't it?
That was horrible.
Those
I mean,
shards
for
were just hidden
Yeah.
away.
For us
Yep.
in the booth, it was like 20 minutes before I remembered this was Shard Hunt.
Because we just didn't see any.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then I was doing well enough to actually get right up there with Jad's time, and then Kraken 2 was just like, nope, not happening.
So this is something we commented on the booth, and I want to get all of you guys' input on this. Like, how did you feel? At what point did you realize that not only was this like a buried canoe for Floater Seed, but that Floater actually ended up being required just to get your minimum stard count?
I felt pretty much like right before I went to Crescent Lake, I'm like, I've got 2 locations left.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to use this floater just to even get the minimum things. Oh, where was Mermaids?
Yeah, I know, right? On Saracen's screen, I'm like, what the devil? I'm guessing
Yes.
somewhere on the honor icon, because I didn't touch that place.
I had to choose at the start between a thief and a black belt because there was no option on the 3rd character, so I was already thrown off by that. But luckily the black belt was available if you could get through Lich 2, which at level 2 I couldn't.
Yeah, thief strats for the win.
Thief is great in these flags.
The thief is very good for everything except the end game.
Depends. It's true, especially if the blurstings go against. But I mean, with the buff to their hit percent and their agility, Thief can be pretty viable, but you definitely want someone backing them up. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the thief had, plus 10 luck in this, I'm like, I've got to take a thief because, running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took the thief and the fighter because I'm like, a fighter has plus 40 strength, so it will hit. I just hope I find something to hit with. Which 7 plus 4, that'll do it. If you can get any helpful magic to go with it. Which I did.
Yeah, I did stumble across an X-Cal plus 3 somewhere. I left it in a box because I didn't need it, and my inventory was full at that point. But I know X-Cal rolled up at least.
Yeah, I didn't find Masa, Vorpal, or X-Cal, but I did find a Katana minus 3, 2 of them.
Yep, of course it rolled minus 3. Why couldn't it have been like the co-op and rolled plus like it did for us all those other times?
Yeah.
So I think Saracen is down to just needing a couple of shards at this point, and then they will be done with their shard hunt and can finally dive into the Temple of Fiends. And with the levels they're at, they're sitting around 44 right now. It's probably going to be another just punch and go flag for them. So yeah, here's another one for you guys. So you get that chime early. You get that cube after having to battle your way through Waterfall. So how did it feel for both of those basically being womps?
Like how the rest of these have felt in practice when I've rolled those, and they're like, oh yeah, this leads to a pile of garbage.
I found blue stakes, so that was a consolation prize for a few levels.
We had 3 runners on screen, all doing grinds on the desert at the same time.
Delicious, delicious steaks.
Yep. Yeah, you guys both found stakes into blue stakes, and Saracen found in the bottom left quadrant stakes into sandwiches.
Okay.
But it didn't seem like any of them were really all that hard to kill.
The blue stakes had like 700 hit points or so, but that's honestly wasn't too much. And and the red stakes had glance, which great. Let's get that thief stoned so that I don't have to worry about the XP leaking to him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't do that for me, so I had to just give up after I got a few party levels. I was like, I can't get the thief down, so it happens. It happens.
Fizzle Renderer, you got other questions for our runners?
No.
Where was
I mean,
Fast?
Fast was at level 6.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Preston and Marsh.
Yeah, Brack Fast.
Yeah.
So
Which-
I got a
I
question.
just forgot to write it down then.
I got a question
I
for
wrote
both
down
of
Fade
you.
and Nuke and Life.
And I think I'm going to start with Chad. To thief or not to thief?
Say that again?
Do you, I noticed that you took a thief in your starting party. Would there have been a situation where you would not have taken a thief in your starting party?
Oh yeah, if the blessings are bad, I totally wouldn't. Like, I did a practice one where the thief rolled no bracelets, and that was very detrimental towards the later half of the game, so I would probably not do it in that situation. But it would actually probably take a lot, honestly. Like, the thieves are with the extra agility buff and the thief lockpicking, it would be very hard. Maybe no lockpicking. I don't know if that's one of them, but that would be...
I know one of
One.
them is plus the lockpicking levels. I don't know if there's a no lockpicking.
Yeah, if it was plus 15, then it means I have to go to 30, which I could probably do anyways. So it would be unfortunate because then it would have to keep him up until I got to that level, but yeah.
Same question to Hate the 13th. What situation would cause you not to take a thief?
Minus 15 luck.
Yeah.
If he ain't running, he ain't worth it.
Yep. Alright, that's basically the only question I got.
And just to bring in something a little bit silly from the race room, Danny's comment on the race room, dude, where's my shards?
100% agreed.
Yeah. Yep. Like, I did a micro grind before I got any shards, and I was like, I feel so dirty doing this.
So I believe Saracen is now in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. We've got our shards, we've got our key, we've got something resembling levels. We're gonna go do this.
Yeah, I did the same thing I did when I got to Crescent Lake. I was like, oh, there's a good armor for my fighter, so I'm going to grind here with ice too, and Oh, that hurt.
Yep, that was it. I just felt so dirty.
I guess I have a question of if that overworld grind, like if the desert didn't pan out, was there a backup plan to go somewhere to try to take levels?
Yeah, for me, I found the 2 to 3 blue dragons and the Carrie's floor. And that was what I would try, at least. And then I also found the 6 water tile on one of the earth floors.
Yeah, for me, it would have been potentially to try those blue Ds, because I at least had a ribbon I could have slapped on him, because first time I ran into those blue Ds, they busted out the Bane. And beyond that, it would have been probably... I would have kept hunting until I found that fighter tile in Ordeals, which as soon as I found that, I was like, well, crap, I wish I had found this before I did the overworld grind.
I wish to stand at attention real quick and salute Saracen for getting 22 hits, 3,000 damage on the Speed Bump Mark II.
That's amazing.
All right, Saracen, you may not have won the race, but you won our hearts with that one, or at least my heart.
I feel like that's the Grand Theft Auto right there. He hit the speed bump, and then he backed back over it with his ambulance.
Yeah, I wish I would have remembered that Temper was at level 6, not level 7, or not Temper, but Fast, because then I could have actually dropped a Fast on Kraken and Tia too, but no, I was like, okay, I've got 1 charge of Fast, save it for Chaos. I go to cast it, and I'm like, I was looking at the wrong level.
I think there was a Carrie fight there. I absolutely missed it.
There was. We punched Carrie for like 1,800 damage. It was neat.
She is pulp now. Oh. Yeah, like I love just the fact that you can do this with the black belt, and like your end game is fairly controlled at this point once you get a black belt at these levels. It does take all strategy out the window, though.
Yeah, I agree with that, and not gonna lie, I feel a little dirty using black belt strats, but you know what? Bugger it.
I think you have to in this flag set.
If you're going to try to even have a chance to catch up to Crab Cakes, is 1 hour and 4 minutes.
That's a ridiculous time. Like,
Ooh. Kraken survived 1,800 damage. And
That red
responds
mage
by
did.
leading the red mage.
hope he didn't need life.
Mazza Swing out of one of the black mages has taken down Kraken 2. We're on black belt double black strats from here on out, which is fine.
Melee wizard for the win.
Yeah, you're really just keeping the black mages around so they can fast and temper, or I don't even think we found temper, so they can just fast. That's their job.
Fast, maybe lock.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to put up
Sacrificial
some
black
blade of
mage.
meat shields.
Yeah.
We're going with Fast Swing and Punch. Fast goes off first. Mazza Swing. 3 hits for 352. Kind of a lot out of a black mage with a Mazza. Punch. 7 hits, 1273. Tia's still there. What are we doing? Wait, Swing Punch. Incoming Lightning 2. Does Lightning 2 things. Punch. 9 hits, 1431. No more Tia.
Tia goes splat.
Yeah. Something to point out is the fact that the black mage did end up with fighter strength. So, I mean, you throw a Mazza in its hands, it actually can swing for something.
Yeah, fighter strength and plus 15 strength, so it was actually kind of strong.
Yeah.
Time for Chaos. Lock 2 goes off first. Fast goes off second. We got our turn order. The Ablative Meat Shield survives. Punch. 9 hits for 1153. Chaos still there. We're going to do a cheeky Mazza Swing. 3 hits, 341. Another Lock 2. See if we can crank up the number of hits. Punch. 13 hits, 1944. Chaos. Frustratingly still there. Are we going to have another cheeky Mazza kill? But no, we're going to punch. 14 hits, 2488. Down goes
Nice.
Chaos. Saracen finishes with an official GG race time of Burble derp 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 derp. 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 42 seconds. That is good enough for 12.
And I'll run the rest of the list down here. Danny 137.22 in 7th place. 8th place Gouda 632 at 139.43. 9th was Bellic at 140.36. 10th Ailmarkin at 141.20, and then Papa Duke at 11 with 144.53.
See if we can get Saracen in here for an interview. Yo, Saracen, GG's finishing that one out. That was not fun. How'd you feel about that?
Heck that seed. I was like level 5 at the 40-minute mark, I think. And then I found steak and wings and sandwiches, and then upgraded sandwiches to blue steaks, and then I hit 37 on the black belt and was like, oh, okay, time to go. I've got my 10 hits.
Yeah, it did seem like you were stuck in molasses for a little while there.
I had plenty of exploration, which meant that by the time I got to grinding, I forgot all of that exploration. And I didn't take notes, because, you know. I'll remember it.
Well, it is past the midnight mark, but I don't want to, wrap up on you too quickly. So what were some things that you liked about it? What stuff didn't you like about that seed? I don't know how much you practiced, or are there things you would change if you had to do this again?
I did, 3 practice seeds a day for the last 4 days. So, I mean, I like the flag set. It's just, I know that sometimes it rolls real bad. I posted a real bad one last night. You know, the types of seeds where you have unrunnable nuke sea snakes and 2 floors of sea between you and the canoe. So that's a good time. This one, I was a little bit frustrated by the tri-state 3rd slot, and I went for the black mage because I don't believe in fighter strats in these flags at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I can find a key, but can I find a black belt? So the key, it happened at some point. I remembered thinking, cool, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can stop checking chests as soon as I get the, oh god, how many shards are left? And there was quite a bit of frustration. I took it out on Bubbles, who was holding a ribbon for me, and I was amazed that there was literally 1 shard in all of the mermaid's floor. What?
I never found Bubbles, so I have to say thank you for carbonating Bubbles for me.
Absolutely. She was Titan's West, I think. Something like that. And then I spent 3 minutes forgetting where Toph was. So, it's pretty great.
And Fizzle was very, very happy with you punching Lich with 22 hits.
Yeah. 3,000 damage.
3,000 even was kind of nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice cap on an otherwise nasty seed.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well, 12th place. Did that put me 5th bucket or 6th bucket?
5th.
Okay.
This flag set out, this seed actually didn't have any 6th place finishers. We did have 1 forfeit, but no 6th placers.
Yeah, I know that the individual who forfeit, it's late.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. The seed ran long. He was tired.
Yeah, it was rock solid. He was in with us earlier. It was also just a matter of didn't remember that there can be treasure chests on the Rodlock floor. So that's where Canoe was, and Canoe was required to unlock the rest of the seed, basically.
Yeah, I was sitting on the floater for a while before I found that canoe, and yeah. There was just a lot of suffering in this seed for about 40 minutes, and then the desert happened, and it got okay.
Yeah, it got better. All right, well, let's do final thoughts at this point so we can return this channel back to speed gaming at this point. And we'll go with our first place on-screen finisher, Kate. Final thought.
I'm so glad to be done with these. Oh my goodness, so many chests opened. Even my loot goblin is like, okay, that's enough, man, that's enough.
So you are on the
Melman chapter.
The
Melman chapter for the advancement of undead rights.
And you are currently sitting about 13 points behind fourth place on Kate and Breck. How are you feeling about your chances?
Well, it's been a fun tournament.
I think that's all the answer we need right there. Okay. Moving on to our second place on-screen finisher. Chad, you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Let's get your final thoughts there.
I just wanted to thank everybody on this for crewing this race and getting to witness this disaster.
Your team, the Center for Competitive Forfeiting, is now 2 points behind Kate and Brack. Do you guys have any strategy for your last 2 days going into this?
Don't let Kraken 2 punch down your 2 damage dealers when you're on pace to be tied with third place.
And Saracen. Saracen, your final thoughts.
Well, I mean, this has been kind of pain in the scores for my team. So I know that we're not anywhere near contention, and that's okay.
No, you go ahead.
We were at 79 points before the race tonight, I think. So we weren't going anywhere. But the nice side of that is I hear that the spoiler week stuff next week has some let's say heckin' nasty.
Yeah, just a little
okay?
terrible. Yeah. You go ahead.
For all of the fans out here who've been watching these great races, look forward to some true trash fires.
Next week.
I won't be taking part, which it breaks my heart not to be doing trash fires. But
I mean, in theory, if Cake and Brack and everyone above you forfeits the next 2 games, and your team gets 10s and the bonus points for both, you could still make 4th place.
That ain't happening.
I mean, I'm sitting there looking at my team going, yeah, we're not getting the 20 points that we probably need either. So,
like I said, I'm okay with it. Had a good time together as a team. It was a good time all around. We all had our struggles with the various flag sets, and it is what it is. I do want to say shout-outs to all the crew here. Morphin Porphin, Dark Moon, Professor Renderer, Ikir and Karan. All y'all are fantastic, and I know Diesel Pilot doing the speed gaming restream setup. Appreciate y'all for doing the work, staying late, because I know it's well after midnight on the East Coast, so.
Yep.
So, Professor Renderer, your final thought here on this particular day.
Thank God I'm not playing this one. I mean, because here's the thing. This seed was much worse compared to. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't my Tuesday's one wasn't terrible. To be fair, it wasn't terrible. It's just that this one was even worse, and I feel like from the curses that we got from as soon as we barely before we started the game, I feel like that was a warning sign. This is going to be terrible. Yeah, just fun stuff.
Your team is in a similar position to Gersnek, who we just talked to. Liches get stitches. You're 1 point ahead of Gersnek, but still would basically need the most unlucky of seeds to happen for the next 2 days for everyone except you. How is your team feeling at this point? How are you feeling?
What, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just wanting to play some Final Fantasy 1. I don't care if we're not even remotely close to to the top 4. So we just want to play some games.
Cool. Fizzle, final thoughts.
Canoe Gate 2021. It was
Such a-
real. I was there. I got the T-shirt.
Oh my god, this canoe. So your team is 4 points behind 4th place, Cake and Breck. What is your strategy for the next 2 days?
Do good and don't do bad.
Wow, that's professional color commentary right there.
That's the full strategy that we have been able to cobble together after our many long weeks of brainstorming.
I assume you guys have practiced these flags.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine then.
I will say that I will be sad if I miss out on the spoiler week race. I might just run my Saturday day alongside, even if I'm not in it, because I have been having fun with it.
I look forward to this then. Alright, well then from all of us in the booth, I am Darkmoon EX, joined with Fizzlebeef and Professor Renderer. I want to thank everyone who played in this. Saracen, Hate, Chad, and Rock Solid, and allowed us to stream on this, plus everyone else in the room, all of our 14 runners total that played in today's Canoe Gate Trash Fire of a Seed. More Trash Fires to come, everyone. If you like what you saw, want to see more... Oh, and before I forget, want to also thank our trackers behind the scenes doing great work, Ike here and Cole. Now let's go into my spiel right there. If you like what you saw, want to see more, feel free to come to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can find links to the randomizer right there, as well as the Discord and the development Discord. Come be a part of Final Fantasy Randomizer. We do have this league going on for 2 more weeks after this, our semifinals, which are going to be Spoiler Week, and then our big Ultimate 4v4 race for finals when we find out who's going to be on that and how that's going to be. After that, we'll have a couple weeks of Speed Gaming Live that we're participating in, as well as the featured races. And then, yes, we will be looking forward towards potentially some bingo in the winter and our Duck Derby, our training for all of our new players, and then the big tournament we do for them. That's twice a year. So if you're interested in this randomizer, want to learn more, we'll have the boot camp coming up soon, and then you can play with your other ducklings in the waiting pond and see just how good you are at this game once you've gone through the training. Thank you to all of you for watching. This has been a presentation of Final Fantasy Randomizer from myself, all of us in the booth, and all of us in the community. We want to thank you for being a part of this, and we hope to see you tomorrow once again for our Friday show. That one is going to be on RPG Limit Break at 9 o'clock p.m. Hope to see you there. Thank you.